This is indeed the crowning moment for consolidation of the peace efforts by the National Peace Committee, as President Muhammadu Buhari of the governing APC and candidates of the other political parties formally signed the Second National Peace Accord. The overriding objective is not only to keep the peace during and after the forthcoming elections, but also accept the will of the nation's voting populace, as explained by the chairman of the National Peace Committee, General Abdulsalami Abubakar.
By agreeing to sign this covenant for peace, all of you are committing yourselves to ensuring an enduring peace in Nigeria after the elections, and agreeing to look beyond short-term electoral gain, sectional interest, or narrow party advantage, and accepting to focus on nothing but the national interest.
Commonwealth Secretary General Patricia Scotland and others who delivered messages of goodwill harped on the need for the candidates to live up to the letter and spirit of the Peace Accord, saying Nigeria, the jewel of Africa and standard of reference politically and economically, must not fail.
The country, the regions, the continent, and wider world are holding their breath. What happens in Nigeria matters to all.
To the presidential candidates present, I wish to stress that your pledge for peace today is vital.
Accepting the outcome of the polls and calling for restraint on the part of followers is critical.
We, the traditional rulers, are committed to contributing our own quota by constantly appealing to our people to keep the peace.
Both President Muhammadu Buhari of the APC and candidate Atiku Abubakar of the PDP restated their commitment to the peace enterprise as Nigerians return to the polls on Saturday to exercise their franchise.
I am making a special appeal to our young people. Do not allow yourselves to be used to cause violence. Please eschew all forms of violence and cooperate with all the relevant agencies during these elections. We will vote according to parties, but in the end, the only real party is Nigeria, our country.
Every candidate must remember that this election is about the future of Nigeria. I appeal once again to our citizens to go out and cast their votes for the candidates of their choice, to be peaceful at all times.
Most important, President Buhari said, is for him and the other candidates to accept the final outcome, as both INEC, the electoral umpire, and the law enforcement agencies are committed to executing their mandates conscientiously.
It was to ensure this that I made sure that INEC received all the resources they needed to perform their job. Our security agencies have been fully briefed, and they know that their visible neutrality is key to credibility and success of the elections. To all our citizens, let us use this opportunity to strengthen our belief in a united country. Let us do our best and ask God to bless us and our country.
More than 70 out of the 91 political parties fielded presidential candidates for the general elections, the 6th since the rebirth of democracy in 1999. In Abuja, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.